On today's show, we have a local dentist with us, Dr. Preston Caraway. Thanks so much for joining me for Afternoon Tea.
Thank you for having me, Diane.
So tell us a bit about yourself.
Basically, I'm a dentist by profession, but in my own time and with my own resources, I've been working on a system of development for our people, which I unofficially call the Holistic Development Project. What the project basically is a system for helping our people bring about their own service delivery and development by firstly economically empowering them, helping them to diversify their means of earning an income, and then using that income to fund their own service delivery. In my own time during my holidays, I've done projects in Port Moresby and in 4 districts in ECPIC in the areas of women's empowerment, youth empowerment and development, rural development, tourism, promotion, and health service delivery as well.
So how did you get started?
It all got started 3 years ago when I went back to my village, Wagiput village in the Wasare Gawi district of ECPIC province to bury my late uncle, and I realized that my isolated villages had no means of earning an income. So if I didn't do something to help them, like they would just have no means of moving their lives forward.
So how do your villages, how do they earn an income?
The first project that I started for them was a Bilum project. The reason why I started with the Bilum project is because it's something that they already did. It uses local materials, and because they don't have a road link, it was something light for transportation. So it's something that was very easy for them to make money. Initially, I just made the project just to help one village make money, but over time, as I sold the products and realized that there was a demand for it, like I've been engaging more and more villages and more people in the project. For the last 2 to 3 years that I've been running the project, I've sold over 700 bilums, and it's generated about 15,000 kina for 3 villages.
Wow. Apart
from generating income for them, I've also used part of the profits to provide health service delivery as well as other services for them.
So what is the goal with your organization?
Okay, the basic goal for the project on a local level for the village that I started the project in is to make them a national model for development, whereby they're now financially, economically empowered, and then they fund their own service delivery. On a larger scale, because of the demand I've seen and how many people I can help, like my aim for the project now is to sell 1 million bilums worldwide and to engage pretty much a whole district. This would generate, my minimum estimate is it would generate about 10 million kina for the people. Wow. To distribute amongst themselves. So then they have the initial economic stimulus, they can start up other businesses, and as I said, they then fund their own service delivery. In addition to that, I've extended the project to Wewak town as well to engage the youths in making craft products, because ultimately I want to encourage tourism into the province. So you've got to deal with the youths, reduce the crime, and you bring in more tourists to buy more products from the people.
So currently, how many young people and women are employed under this project?
Like in terms of women, it's been a minimum of 3 villages. I can't give exact numbers at this point, but it's extended further as well, with more and more villages wanting to get involved because they don't have a means of making the income. With the youths, I've started the project with the youths in the village to make little carving key tags, and with the youths in town as well, I've started initial training programs, but my vision is eventually to engage at least 1,000 youths in town and then the whole districts back in the village.
Wow, that's a very ambitious dream. How is that going to be achievable?
The reason why I think that this project is going to be achievable because it is going to help change so many lives. When you think of the numbers of people that I'm looking to engage, you're talking about creating revenue for thousands of people. In addition to that, there's going to be so much money and spin-off businesses made. The whole idea of the project is to help as many people as possible. So not only do the villages generate revenue, they now have the service delivery provided to them that they're not getting. And then in addition to that, for the people who are outside who get involved, who have stores either locally or overseas as well, they now can make cuts in the profits because I bring the bilums at wholesale prices to them.
So you mentioned wholesale prices. What is the lowest price that someone can purchase a bilum?
The lowest price that I sell a bilum for in Port Moresby is 10 kina.
Wow.
And yeah, so I've done that, educating the villagers that if your products are so expensive, you compete with so many people in the market. So I've helped them to see that, look, let's lower the prices of the products so that we look at making money, over selling a mass of products as opposed to waiting months to sell one product. So that's really helped me to sell so many bilums and create that demand.
And you brought some pieces into the show today. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Okay, these are some of the latest pieces I brought. I haven't sold any of these yet, but these are products made by the prisoners. So this is a bag that they've initially made with rice bags, and then they hand sewed with cotton to make this design. So it's pretty amazing. This next bag is recycled material. So these are all twisties and biscuits packets.
Cool.
So again, made by the
Wow.
prisoners. So I think they're absolutely amazing. These are string belts that they make. They're really strong and really high quality products. So I love this as well. This next product is a cap that we've made using billums. So this is basically made by the youths. You know, when you buy a product like this, you create revenue for the moment that makes the billum, and then it also makes money for the youth that makes the cap. So
Wow, that's
I call
really
them products with
impressive.
integrity. And just finally, just to explain a bit about how the product can be broken down to engage a lot of people. Say if this billum market price, say it's 50 kina for this billum, but in addition to just selling the billum, I'd have the youths to make these little bands. So then you sell the billum, part of the money goes to the mother that made the billum, part of the money goes to the youths that make these bands, and as well as carvings and key tags and other products. So in selling one product, you can achieve so many different things by the number of people you engage. In addition to all that, so part of the profits I make, I use again to provide service delivery. So it achieves so much in selling one product.
Is there any final words you have for our viewers?
And the final words for our viewers is that as educated Papua New Guineans, we can already do so much for our people. It's not about sitting back and just waiting on government. I have access to Facebook, to the internet, like I can create the markets for the people. So, you know, that's why I didn't sit back, like I've done something, and I'd really love to see a lot of other Papua New Guineans stand up and do something. Our people are amazing. They work hard and they're creative and talented, and it takes all of us to stand together with them and really support what they can do to help them, you know, develop and change their lives.
Well, thanks so much for joining me on the show today.
Thank you, Diane.